Marni.
All right, I want to turn now back to Israel. Robert Sherman is on the ground in Tel Aviv. Robert, we were going to come to you a moment ago, and I know those air raid sirens were sounding above, and it was in close succession, more than you had seen in a while. Tell me what's going on in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, it actually had been quiet here throughout the day in Tel Aviv, but just a few minutes ago, we had a flurry of rockets that was fired from the Gaza Strip over towards us. This was the most that I've seen the Iron Dome intercept in one single maneuver. We counted over half a dozen that were just intercepted a short while ago here. And Marni, as I've pointed out on your show in the past, there is an app that you have that we have here in the country, which shows where all of these are. It's a pretty dense map in terms of where all these missile strikes just took place. So just a constant reminder that this situation is far from settled here. People here in Israel, this is their new norm, and these are the constant dangers that people face on a consistent basis. Marni?
Yeah, just at any moment running for cover and getting to a safe spot. There has been so much talk about the hostages. Now we have 4 hostages that have been released, 2 more in the last 24 hours, these 2 elderly women. What's been the reaction there in Tel Aviv from family members who still have those who are being kept by Hamas?
It's a huge deal, Marni, to have any of these hostages returned, because when we first got here, there was such a feeling on the ground that it was a lost cause to get any of the hostages back. So to see 4 reunited does make a big difference. That being said, the IDF says there's still over 200 hostages that they have not gotten back. There are so many communities here with gaping holes in them. I mean, you look at some of these kibbutzes that have 300-400 residents, and about a quarter of their population has either been killed or been taken hostage. That just goes to show the degree here in which this entire attack has caused. So there is this feeling on the ground here is that, you know, you see these photos and you see these videos and talking about humanitarian efforts by Hamas in order to release people. The people in Israel are no nonsense about that, saying, don't listen to that. Keep in mind, there are still over 1,400 people dead in the country and 200 hostages that have not been returned yet, Marni.
Right, Hamas trying to change the narrative, but we cannot forget the atrocities committed 2 weeks ago. Robert, how do the hostages, though, play into the possibility of a ground invasion and further delays?
Yeah, that's the big question here, is that from what we've gathered from the IDF is they're ready to go. They've been training. They've been going through their drills over the last few days. They've staged. The IDF commander said that they're just waiting for the green light to come down from Jerusalem. Obviously, that green light has not come down yet. In terms of the hostage situation, you are starting to see what role that plays in it. But just this afternoon, we saw this. I want you to take a look at this video. Leaflets being dropped by the Israeli Air Force over the Gaza Strip. We saw this a little over a week ago where they were telling residents of Gaza to flee Gaza City and move south. These leaflets were different, though. These ones were telling people in Gaza that they're prepared to offer them financial awards and security if they give any information or intelligence relating to where those hostages might be, anything that the Israelis can use. So the hostages remain a top focus here. And how long will this play a role in determining exactly when or if the IDF goes into the Gaza Strip? That remains to be seen, but that's certainly top of mind right now, Marni.
An interesting tactic amid a very complicated situation. All right, Robert, be safe. We'll see you again shortly. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.